Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing the first project that I created in the new Smooth Sailing collection. Now I know that I just created some of these beeswax embellishments last month working in the Plant Kindness Journal, but I wanted to do a little more of that right away to use some of these Holtz Stamps as embellishments in this collection. So I'm not going to explain too much of how to use beeswax or any of the things that I figured out last month, but for those of you who might just be tuning in and you didn't see that video, I'll leave a link for it in the description box down below. So like I mentioned, this is a set of Holtz Stamps. I think it's called Sea Life. It's right here. Let me make a lot of noise picking it up. Yes, Sea Life. And I picked it up on Amazon. It's just some great vintage images of fish and different sea life. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link for that in the description box down below, as well as the beeswax that I have. And then something else I'll just mention really quick is I'm using a archival ink, one that's waterproof, just because I'm going to be melting wax. I haven't tried it with different inks. I just figured I have the waterproof ink, so I'm just going with that. I'm not going to risk it. So what I'm doing here today in this video is I'm creating at least 4 of each of the images that I know I want to use. I had made some larger nautical journals, and I also wanted to have one of each of the images to use in my collection. So I'm kind of making en masse here today. So I'm stamping them out. I sped up this video just, to give you guys an idea of what I was doing, but there's no reason to have an hour of me stamping and melting wax. Although I do have a project at the end of this video, and I will leave a timestamp right here on the screen in case you want to jump ahead and skip this part, and you can see the project that I create. And I guess now is as good a time as any to mention that I do have 5 of these collections left over in the Etsy shop. Those links will be in the description box down below for anyone who might be interested. I also do have 2 larger nautical journals. If your thing is not these collections and you like a journal that is already completed for you, there are some nautical themed journals also, and I have a video flip through. I will leave that link in the description box down below as well. Also want to mention that there is a design team for the collection, and they will be using this journal one way or another, creating a project or sharing a flip through with you. So be sure to check those ladies out. They are amazing and I love them so much and so grateful for them. So all of those links will be in the description box down below, as well as a link to my Facebook group and my Instagram. And I know I say it all the time, but there's always new people coming to the channel. So the Facebook group, I like to share little sneak peeks ahead of time, sharing upcoming, there's always cats creeping in and out of here, sharing upcoming collections and maybe some journal spreads that I use. I also try to really encourage other people who purchase the collections to share their projects as well. It's super inspiring when everyone else shares their ideas also. So be sure to check those links out if that's something you're interested in. I will say that I got a little carried away with the beeswax. This time I was trying to work quickly. I felt like I had a lot of stamping and melting that I wanted to do. So I was trying to use a lot of wax at once, and that really isn't that beneficial because it takes longer to wipe it up and clean it off the iron and get it off the paper. So when it comes to beeswax, it really is less is more, which I find interesting. I cut a lot of that out, but I had to do a lot of wiping up. I decided that I wanted to experiment with these different papers. So these are two different types of packaging that I've been saving from Amazon. This one is a brown recycled type paper that has a lot of little darker flecks in it. And then I have a piece of thicker light tan packaging paper. I wanted to see how the stamping and the beeswax reacted with this paper, and I will say that I didn't really care for either of them. So here I'm melting the wax into this brown paper. I found that when it was completed, it just, I don't know, it didn't have that see-through vellum effect that I really like about beeswax. So you couldn't see through it. It wasn't transparent. It just looked wet. Well, okay, maybe it's a little transparent there, but it just wasn't impressive. So I decided to try the light brown paper, which I also found I wasn't really impressed with. It's just not the look I was going for, at least for this project, so I moved on. Oh, and I should mention here I'm comparing them to the coffee dyed paper, and it actually looks very similar to the coffee dyed paper. So forgive me, I just edited this video yesterday. I should have remembered what my project was. But anyway, I didn't do any more of that packaging paper because it looked so similar to what I had done already, and I had plenty. So here I wanted to give it a try on tracing paper. This is a piece of tracing paper, and this time I found that whatever the tracing paper is made out of, whatever coating is on there, it did not absorb at all into the tracing paper. It literally melted and then wiped away. I thought that was interesting. So I didn't make any more of that. Tracing paper is obviously see-through already, but I just thought that was interesting. Whatever plastics or material is in that paper, it does not absorb. So now I know. So here I have all of my little pre-cut pieces, and I am going to make some vintage looking envelopes. I went through all of the vintage postage stamps that I have in my collection and pulled out all of the blue ones or nautical themed ones, and I'm so happy I did because I just think that is a nice touch to these envelopes. Something I thought I would mention that I do enjoy, because I had the thought as I was watching this video, someone may be thinking, why don't you just stamp the envelope, and then you didn't have to make all those little pieces. Which, makes sense. Obviously, you can just stamp the envelope with the seahorse or whatever. But so I thought I would mention what I love about these beeswax pieces is they really do look like a washi sticker. So it looks like I used a washi sticker on the envelope. And being able to create something like that with our tools is super fun to me. So that's something I've just always enjoyed, is having a supply, a tool like a stamp. Back in the day when I couldn't really afford craft supplies, I always focused more on a stamp set because of how, we can reuse that over and over again. So I do enjoy that washi sticker look. And now I'm reaching for a couple different stamp sets. Those of you who watch my channel often know I love these. This is a Bow Bunny set that I picked up at Tuesday Morning years ago. And I love using the cancellation stamps on my envelopes and making them look real. There's also a Tim Holtz stamp set that I'm going to reach for that I know is available, and I will link that Tim Holtz stamp set in the description box down below as well. Alright, you guys, and then as I'm wrapping up, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you found it a little inspiring. If you have this collection, I would love for you to join the Facebook group and share your inspiring photos over there with the rest of us. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I will have 8 more videos in this series using this collection, so keep an eye out for that. Hit the bell notification if you'd like to be notified of future videos. And otherwise, you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.